Hall of Fame for that.
It's the first word.
We start with everything. The 27-19, 10-9 turnovers. The hands up after every missed shot. The exhumed corpses of Jamison and O'Neal. The Knicks chant. The way the Cavs just stopped playing in the last minute and a half. The handshakes, the jersey coming off, it's all in there. In his presser after the game, LeBron talked about how nightmares often become dreams. He also acknowledged that he has options this summer. First question, Adani, where did this go wrong and what does it all mean?
You could argue that it went wrong on opening night when the Celtics came into Cleveland and won. And what we see is that while the Cavaliers were trying to build a team that could beat Orlando, they forgot about the Boston Celtics like a lot of us did. And when healthy, we've seen just how tough the Celtics can be. What does it mean? I think it means we've seen the last of LeBron James in Cleveland. Because what's the point of staying if even when they do assemble pieces around him that are capable of winning the best record in the regular season, they're not built to win in the playoffs. So that's what's happened to this team. I think he moves on. I think you see him. Did I say LeBron?
Yes, you did, but that's all right. You think he moves on.
Soon to be the artist formerly known as number 23.
But you think he moves on.
I think we see him in Chicago.
Paige.
Ooh. Well, I thought before the season the Cleveland Cavaliers would win the NBA championship and that the L Train would stay in Cleveland near his home. I thought the Akron Hammer would do the job this year and get his first NBA championship, but the Monarch of Midair wasn't able to do it.
So what happened last night?
I agree with J.A. that he is going to move on. I look for him to go join Dwayne Wade in Miami. Everybody talks about New York, but I think that's going to be a fit. If Pat Riley comes out of there, where did it go wrong? Jameson didn't fit in. When Augustus came back, that didn't matter a difference. Shaquille O'Neal said he was there to have the Duncan dictators back. He didn't do that. Mo Williams wore down. We saw it again last night. 20 points in the first half, 2 points in the second half. The cast of characters around him didn't make it work. Mike Brown should have probably been gone a year ago. He now is certainly gone no matter
so
what
for
happens.
you, this is more about the other pieces, the teammates, the coach, than it is LeBron.
Well, I think, yes, that Sir Shoot-A-Lot did everything he could last night.
It was wrong, really, you could argue, in 2003 when the Cavaliers won the draft lottery and James, the king, was drafted number 1. And what happens in that case, Tony, is he inherits all that pressure of playing in Cleveland, where no sports team on the professional level has won since 1964. So in addition to being the chosen one on the cover of SI and having to be the next Jordan, he's got to go to Cleveland and carry that burden and be a savior of a city. I agree with these guys. It's time for the king to move on. You've got the Bulls with 2 great young players. You've got New York City with the Garden. He loves the Garden, calls it the Mecca, as Woody said. You've got Miami. But it's time to move on and start thinking about winning championships instead of saving.
You don't think he can do that in Cleveland?
I don't, and I don't think they have the coach to do it, and they're going to have to rebuild everything.
Well, you know what? As usual, we're all looking at the immediate thing that's going on here instead of the long term. Listen, a couple weeks from now, this loss will still be horrific. It'll still be a part of LeBron's legacy that will be tainted. But does that mean that it's over for him in Cleveland? I'm not buying that just yet, Tony. This young man grew up in Akron. He wanted to bring them a championship. His closest friends and confidants all live in that city or around that city. He has business connections to there. And I think he's a competitor, which means maybe to him the job is not completed yet. And maybe he doesn't want to be the guy that walks away from that franchise a failure who's going to be hated more than Art Modell ever thought about being. And by the way, I'm distracted. There is a fortune cookie in my camera lens.
Well,
I got to get rid of that.
You actually hit the camera with the toss. You can pull that off right now if you want. Let's go around the horn real quick with another issue from the game. The Cavs not playing the last 90 seconds. What did you think of that, Adonde?
Yeah, where was the sense of urgency? They went out with walking the ball up court and getting a 3-point shot for Anderson Varejao. I think that does reflect on, again, we don't take this as the ultimate lasting imprint of this team, though.
Well, I think it doesn't show a lot of class and dignity at the end. You want to go down fighting, you want to go down trying, and I thought the chosen one, LBJ, had done everything that he possibly could to make it happen, and nobody else
did. It's an indictment of Mike Brown, the coach. Why not foul in that situation? Go down fighting. He's going to lose his job, and the rotation. What was he doing? Doc Rivers thoroughly outcoached this guy this year.
One more thing, Jackie Mack. You were at the game. What did you think of the Knicks chant that Bill Simmons started from Twitter?
You know what? It was hilarious. For a minute, I thought it was UNH, and then I realized it wasn't. It was the New York Knicks. But you know what? It ignited that crowd. The crowd had so much to do with what went on last night.
It did ignite. UNH? University of New Hampshire?
University of New Hampshire.
Yeah, come on, man. Keep up.